The Amazon influencer program has to be one of the best and easiest ways to make money. I've been doing this and made over $50,000 in commission. And in today's video, I'm going to give you 10 things you have to avoid at all costs from losing this great opportunity. Someone recently got suspended. Or someone told me someone recently got suspended. And I'm going to go over 10 things that are kind of like maybe you should do, maybe you shouldn't do. I don't do these 10 things. It's up to you whether you want to do them or not. We'll save the best one for last. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So the first thing that you want to avoid is doing a deal with a brand that says, hey, if you buy our product on Amazon, we will refund you via PayPal or whatever source. All you have to do is do the video review. This is against Amazon's terms of service. You cannot buy a product and then do the review just because that's kind of juicing that brand up a little bit. It's giving them a sale, and then you're doing the kind of review. One, you cannot leave a written review, so definitely don't do that. But also doing the shoppable video, and I'm sure a lot of people are like, well, how's Amazon going to find out? How they don't have my PayPal or my Venmo or whatever. Bottom line for all of these things, you do not want to risk this opportunity. Why would you want to throw it away to kind of like try to cheat the system? Makes no sense. This is an absolutely great opportunity. So a lot of these things, that is going to be my advice. Do not take chances. Do not put your account at risk at all. You're making 1 minute videos with your phone. I literally sit here a couple days a week, put this phone up right over here, start making videos, upload them, and then I get paid when people watch them. Like, I'm not putting that at risk for anything. So that will go for a lot of these. The next is not disclosing if you got the product for free from a brand, not disclosing that the brand sent you that product. So this goes for brand deals. If you have brand deals going on, or if you got creator connections, or a brand sends you something and also pays you to do the video. In every video, you want to disclose that the brand either sent you it or you got it and received compensation for making the video, however you want to handle it. Now, you could do this in the beginning of the video, or you could do this at the end of the video. I like to do it at the end. It just flows a little bit better for me. If you were going to do it at the beginning, you would say something like, what's up, guys? Today we are reviewing this spice right here. The brand did send me this so I could do a fair and honest review for you. And then you get into your spiel. Or you could be like, this is the greatest spices ever, blah, 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 blah. A huge thank you to the brand for sending this over so I could do this review. So I've heard people say, oh, the brand just gifted me this. I'm going to do a review for you. Basically, you just have to disclose that the brand sent you it, and it's not yours. Now, if you're doing videos around your house, no big deal. You could just do the video as normal. But if you were sent the product for free in order to do a shoppable video, you need to disclose that. Filming in public. Do not do this. I know a couple of people who have got suspended. They would go to Home Depot, they'd put the product on the floor, they'd make a video, they'd pretend it's like their basement or their workshop or whatever, and they would do the video that way. You cannot film in on shelves. So like if you went to Target, maybe there's a Stanley Cup laying there, you can't do the video there. I like to say you either have to own the product in your house or you're going to an Airbnb or something like that. You do not want to be filming things that are not yours in public places. It's super obvious. Amazon does not want that kind of stuff on there. So avoid that at all costs. Do not do it. I'm telling you. If you're like, a great example would be like, maybe if you're like in a casino or something or a hotel and you're in the bathroom and you take the picture or the video of the hand dryer, like it's gonna be super obvious. It's not your house, it's not your facility, whatever. Not worth the risk, guys. Like, even if it's like a $500 blow dryer or whatever, you don't want to put that on your storefront. I probably did that when I first started. I would never do that today. It is just not worth the risk. Next one If you are an Amazon seller, I know some of you guys are, you cannot review the products you sell. I know a lot of people said, oh, it's no big deal. Or if you've sold the product in the past or you can't sell it anymore. Like, I know people that are reviewing all the stuff that they send to Amazon. Like, that's all good and great. Like, and they don't have any problems. Like, yeah, not yet. For me personally, I would not do that. You can't do that. You're technically double dipping, because if you send you this product to Amazon and it sells and you are also doing a review video for it, Amazon is paying you a commission. So technically you're kind of double dipping on that and taking money out of Amazon's pocket, and they do not like that. So do not do that. Do not sell things that have been returned in the past. Now, if you haven't sold it in years, sure, maybe look into it. But the lesson of all of this stuff is, why risk it? Just don't do it. Like, the amount of commission you are going to make, like, don't throw away making thousands of dollars a month to make $10 on one product. It just makes zero sense to me. There are so many products out there that you could get your hands on via Creator Connections, going to Airbnbs, family and friends, your own house. There is no reason to try to squeeze in one more video that could get your account suspended. Just do not do that. Next, tagging multiple ASINs for one video. Now, this is somewhat controversial. It's kind of not 100% clear whether you're allowed to do this or not. If you're a more advanced person who has been doing the influencer program, there's something called like the parent ASIN that I kind of been experimenting with that a little bit, tagging the parent ASIN and the ASIN that I have. I've only done it for the last couple weeks, just messing around with that, but that's for another video. But making one video, this is what I do. If I'm making a video for this, I tag one ASIN. If there's 10 Amazon listings for this, doesn't matter. I'm only tagging one. I'm not uploading 10 videos and tagging all 10 ASINs. Don't do it. I think a lot of people, like, it's great in hindsight and it's kind of not really clear. I know last year Amazon kind of was trying to hedge against that and say you can't really do that, but now it doesn't seem that way. So I don't know. For me, I upload one video, I tag one ASIN. That's it. It's super easy. For, if let's just say this was a 2-pack right over here, and then they have a listing for a single one and a listing for this one, you could definitely make 3 videos because it's 3 separate things. You have the bundle, you have the individual one, and then you have this one. But if this individual one right here had like 5 Amazon listings of like singles for whatever reason, I'm not tagging all those. I'm not uploading the video and tagging each one of them. So one video for one ASIN, unless you're kind of doing the parent ASIN thing. Next one, sharing anything of Amazon's background. That you cannot share your commissions that you're making on social media. You can't share the creator connections. You can't share the messages. You can't share your storefront or your video hub, whatever you want to call it. Anything back end with Amazon, you could not share. Doesn't matter if it's on another Instagram account they don't know about or a YouTube channel they don't know about. If you are making a video about creator connections or your store, you have to have everything blurred out. They do not want that being shared with whatever reason. Now, if you are an Amazon seller as well, you probably do not want to be sharing your orange bars or anything related to your seller account either, because Amazon just does not want their logo associated with anything promoting the influencer program for whatever reason. So do not share your commissions. I know a ton of people who are like sharing them in the Facebook groups and all this other stuff. I don't know. Is Amazon in there? I don't know. Again, though, I don't want to risk it. Like, I'm making a great amount of money doing this. Like, I'm not going to try to impress some people in a Facebook group to show them my stats and risk getting deactivated. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Don't do that. Could I go on Instagram and say, hey guys, this month I made $5,000 doing the Amazon influence program? Sure. because I'm not showing anything in the back end. You really just have to blur stuff out like crazy, and it's just not worth it. Next one, do not use AI to make videos. It's super obvious. A lot of people in the past have been doing this. Amazon has really cracked down on this. They must have kind of figured out like the algorithm and a great way to figure out whether it's AI or not. They are taking those accounts down. If you go to Reddit and there are some Amazon influencer friends, pages and tags and stuff, there are actually like almost like people who are looking for people making AI content and kind of flagging it and reporting people who are doing that. So do not do that. It's not worth it. It's actually like really obvious too, compared to like a real video. How Amazon detects it, I'm not sure, but just don't do that. It's just not worth the risk. Now, if you want to use AI to like a chat GPT to be like, hey, like, how should I script this video? Or can you help me make a video for this, like script wise? Sure, do that, but you cannot make your video with AI. Just don't do it. Next, do not send your links to family and friends. If I made a shoppable video for this and my dad was like, can you send me some Brazilian chicken seasoning? I would not send him my video because just don't do it. It's almost like kind of like juicing your own numbers. Even though he wants to buy it, it's just not worth it. I know some other people who have tried to like get their family and friends to, you could like heart the video. And if you heart the video, Amazon kind of looks at it like it's more helpful. And I've seen people who had like a lot of hearts who just start. I'm like, how did they even do that? Or maybe they have a VA do it for them. Do not do that. So just don't do it. And next, before we get to the last one and the big one, do not buy product from Amazon, review it, and then return it. I know it sounds super obvious, but people think this is like a good strategy or like a hack. How are they going to know? Well, for a lot of these, it's like, how are they going to know? It's like, just don't do it. It's not worth the risk. Like, why would you risk it? So you cannot be doing that. I'm sure other people are buying products from like Walmart and then returning them. I don't know. I just think it's bad karma. It's not something I want to do. And I don't know. It's just not something I want to do. I treat this like a business. I want to run it like a business, and I would not run another business buying from another business and then returning the stuff in my favor. It's just not something I want to do. So there's just so much to review. I already talked about that. Last but not least, this is the biggest one and could get you in the most trouble, is tagging a product, making a video and tagging a product that is not exactly the same. So a lot of people, they try to double dip. So like they will say this iPhone right over here. They'll be like, hey, this is the iPhone 14. Da, 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 da. And then they'll be like, hey, this is the iPhone 14 Plus. Do another video. Hey, this is the iPhone 13. And they'll just show like different angles and not necessarily. I've seen people tag like swing sets that's like not even close or not even the same swing set, multiple different angles, or saying like a lot of people do mattresses. So they'll be like, hey, this is the purple mattress. And they'll do a video about that. And then they'll be like, they'll do a video of that same mattress, maybe from a different angle, and then they'll be like, hey, this is the Serta mattress. And they're just trying to like find these high ticket items and try to just tag high end items and thinking that they're going to get away with it. Amazon is going to catch on eventually. People will report you and they just know. Like if you post 5 videos in a row, that bed is in the same room. There's only so many angles that you could get that are different. Like most of the people who do this, they're not even like posting one bed and then they'll post 5 more videos, then another bed. They're just doing all back to back. So that's really the only way it makes sense to do it. Don't do that. If you're on the fence or don't think the product is exactly the same, do not put the review up. It is not worth the risk. So those are the 10 things to avoid. Please, please, please avoid those. This is an amazing opportunity. There are so many products to review. Do not put your account at risk doing this stuff. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you want to get started for the Amazon Influencer Program, there is a free guide below, totally free. Over 100 people have downloaded, and I said it about 2 weeks ago, and a bunch of people are starting to get approved for the influencer program. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Please like, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments.